He's Boz. I'm Ronnie. All the good names are taken podcast. I told Boz that this top 10 list came out courtesy of Variety, and it was actually on the 9th of October. It's amazing that you haven't seen this. On the live stream we did the other day, I credited Discussing Film, that account on X, with posting this. This is where I saw it. And Variety listed what they call their top 10 best horror movies of all time, which I thought was a weird wording, Boz, because normally people go the top 10 scariest movies of all time.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff that goes into that. I know the list, obviously. You told me don't spoil it for you whenever we were talking about it. You wanted to go in fresh because apparently you love lists like this.
I do. I love these things, and I'm not going to agree with it.
I don't
know.
You notice this list? Huh? I'm always making lists.
I can tell you right now, what I would have considered the best horror movie of all time is on this list. It's just not where I would have placed it. So how do you want to do this? Do you want me to read them off to you one by one? Do you want to start with what you think is the number one, or would you like me to go down the list? How do you want to do this? This is your show.
So there's 10 of them. Why don't you, can you scramble them, and then I have to pick what they think is the list? Is the order?
Yeah, but there's a couple on here that I don't even know what the hell they are. So let me get a tab pulled up. I've noticed this month, Boz, you have crutch words, right? So I noticed that it used to be my crutch word was right. Now my crutch noise is saying all the time. So I don't know what's going on there.
Old age.
So here we go. Yeah, definitely old age. Carrie from 1976. Where do you think that ranks?
All right.
The list?
I'm making a list here. Carrie, that is going to be on their list, even though I don't know the other 9 movies. Carrie's going to be number.
Hold on. I'll give you the list. You want to write them down real quick?
Okay. Yep. Carrie.
Carrie, 1976. Night of the Living Dead, 1968. This movie called Audition that, it's 1999. Looks like Koreans or Asians. Rosemary's Baby from 1968. This one's called 120 Days of Sodom.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is the first one I have not heard of.
Yeah, apparently it is from 1975. Let's find out some more about it. 1975. It looks like it's black and white. World War II, fascist, libertines. So yeah, it looks like maybe a Italian movie, perhaps. The Exorcist from 1973.
And this is not in order. Is this in order? Because otherwise, it ruins this whole thing.
No, it's not in order. I'm mixing it up for you. Frankenstein from 1931. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Psycho, and Jaws. That should be 10.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
We'll see how
I
close.
agree with some of these being in the top 10. Yeah.
I'll make a little graphic right somewhere on the screen as you nail them down. I'll list them and then we'll compare them to the actual top 10.
All right. I'm going to start with number 1. So I think it'd just be easier that way. What I think they have is number 1, Exorcist.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not going to tell me? Okay.
No, we're going to see how far. Are you writing it down?
Yeah, I'm writing down what I think it is. First, yes. Exorcist.
I want to hear your thought process as you go through it, and then I'll tell you.
I mean, that's just that's a scary movie. Well, first off, all these lists that these people do about anything, songs, movies, shows, most of the time, they go old school first, or at least near the top. Number 2, what was the last one? I can't read my own writing on the last one.
I can't remember.
Jaws, that's what it is. Okay, that's not number 2, though. I don't think they put that number 2. I think they're going to go with, this is great podcasting, Psycho.
All right, Psycho is your number 2. Or your prediction of what their number 2 is.
This is my prediction. Yeah. Texas Chainsaw, number 3.
That's your number 3.
Jaws, number 4.
Jaws 4.
I think they put Carrie 5.
Carrie 5.
No, that's awful.
You never know what they're looking at for.
I know. You're right. You do. It is. Yeah.
They could be going for significance. Frankenstein number 6. I talked him into it.
Night of the Living Dead number 7. It's
Boom.
a great movie. Gosh, a good movie.
Holds up, and the remake is just
Rosemary's Baby is I'm putting that number 10.
Okay. We got Rosemary's Baby 10.
The only one of these I haven't seen is that 128 of something. I'm putting 9 because I just have no clue.
Okay.
and Audition number 8.
All
I
right.
think that's all of them.
You've seen Audition?
I've seen I think I've seen the whole thing, but not all the way through at the
You
same
should
time.
be effing
Like-
ashamed of yourself that you're. I mean, I'm having to drag Tim into these damn shows. He don't even watch horror movies. You're a horror movie aficionado. You probably know more than me and Blake. We can't beg you enough to come on during October.
Some of the movies on your list to review are, I'm just not watching them.
Look, I the computer spits out the list. I don't control.
I'm telling
this.
you, if you would let me pick like 5 or 6 of my own movies, I would do those movies. I would do Long Legs. I
That's
just saw it.
snobbish. That's snobbish behavior on your part.
It is. I'm sorry, but some of them I'm not watching.
All right, keep going with your list.
I think that's it. I think we finished. That's 10.
All
Is
right,
that 10?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with number 10. Your number
Okay.
10 was
Rosemary's Baby.
number 10 according to Variety. Top 10 best horror movies of all time according to @Variety. Number 10, Carrie from 1976.
Dang. Okay.
Other than the bucket getting dropped on William Katt's hairdo and them throwing the tampons and the very last scene of the movie. Well, actually, the last 10 minutes of the movie where she actually goes nuts, spoiler alert, and kills everybody. That movie is completely worthless to me and overrated. Number 9,
Wow.
120 Days of Sodom.
Hey, I got that one right on point.
Yep.
Let's go. 1 point.
Ding.
Never seen it.
All right. What was your number 8?
Audition.
Number 8, according to Variety, top 10 best horror movies of all time, Frankenstein, 1931.
Damn it. See, you taught me into putting that at number 6. I didn't want to do it. I might have done 8.
I didn't
I
talk
would
to you.
definitely done.
I was just throwing it out there that they may be going by the significance. I mean, you should, if anything, you shouldn't let me talk you into it because I'm not trying to. It's better podcast if you're all wrong. So,
It is.
number 7, what'd you have?
Night of the Living Dead.
All right, it's Audition.
Oh, I was close. I had 8. Okay.
Number 6, you went Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Night of the Living Dead.
Okay, I'm in the range of all these.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you're going to be, you're number
I
5.
hadn't said any of my top 5. No, I had carried 5. Never mind. I was going to say I hadn't said any of my top 5 yet. All right.
What's your number 5?
Carrie.
All right, number 5 is Rosemary's Baby, another movie that I think is extremely overrated.
I haven't seen that in I don't know how long. I don't even remember most of it. I know I've seen it, but I don't remember anything.
Number
Wasn't there a
4,
big actor in that?
the chick, I can't remember her name.
There wasn't a guy. There wasn't a. See, this is fun. I love talking about movies.
You never come on the show. Mia Farrow, John Cassavetes,
Okay, I was wrong about this.
Ralph Bell.
This is the old one, like the original.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
thinking
what they're
of
going.
the other one.
Is there
No,
a
I
new
know,
one?
I know, but in my head, I was thinking about the other one, Rosemary's Baby. Isn't there a new one? Isn't there a new one?
I don't know.
Like late '90s?
Who knows?
I guess
I
I'm wrong.
stopped watching horror movies when Hills Have Eyes started sucking on and shooting people in the head.
God.
Was that popping? Is that me or you?
I don't hear
All right.
anything.
Number
You still hadn't said any of my top 4. So
number 4. What's your number 4?
I had Jaws.
Jaws is their number 4.
Dude, let's go.
So you've
That means
dinged
that
two
I
of them.
could have the top 3. I could have the top 4 here.
All right, number 3,
Texas Chainsaw.
Psycho.
Oh, God, dude. Okay. It's all right.
Number 2,
I had Psycho number 2.
The Exorcist.
Oh, see,
Variety says Exorcist, which means number 1 according to Variety. Best horror movie of all time, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I really wish I read the article to see what the significance was for them. Was it the ultimate? If this had said like top 10 best drive-in horror movies, I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre should be at the top. Maybe. But my number 1 on this list is Jaws. Without a doubt, Jaws is a perfect movie. If we're going to consider it a horror movie, Jaws is the number 1 horror movie of all time. It's a movie that stands out that can never be remade because it still stands the test of time today. Beautifully shot, great acting, simple story. Why remake it? That movie is amazing visually, story-wise, action. It's great.
I've heard you say, I think you've said this, that Jaws is like one of your favorite movies ever. Like not just horror, just ever.
Yes. Jaws is in my top 5. Jaws is in
Yeah,
my
okay.
top 5 movies ever, and depending on what day, it could be top 3. Jaws is great. Jaws is amazing.
Okay.
I love it.
I am pumped that I had the top 4, just not the right order.
Now I feel bad that I might have swayed you a little bit. Now I will say this: you can take all those black and white movies. I think that's for a different subsection of fan that I'm not. I think I can watch the Universal monster movies and I can appreciate the Universal monster movies. But as far as me sitting there going, "Oh man, this movie is so good because of blah blah blah," look, I take it for what it is—an old movie that's black and white. I understand that it paved the way to what we have now. If those movies didn't come out and wasn't so great, we wouldn't have the 80s would have never happened with that blow up, or the 70s. But I mean, they are what they are to me. They're black and white movies. I really can't get into them. Okay.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I
How many
thought
black and white movies we got on here? We got Psycho, we got Frankenstein.
I consider Psycho a different type of black and white movie.
No,
Because
I know.
I really like Psycho. I do. Am I the kind of guy that I can watch it once a year?
Frankenstein's like 100 years old almost.
Yeah.
Like legitimately almost 100 years old.
It's fixing to be in the public domain if it isn't already. Like Batman's going to be in the public domain soon. There'll be everybody making a Batman movie. Psycho would be up there. The Exorcist. I'm going to tell you this, Boz. I don't know if it's me getting older or what, but I used to have Exorcist up there as one of the scariest movies as far to watch. Upon rewatching it last year, or maybe like a year and a half ago, it's a good movie, but it's not as scary to me as it used to be. I can't explain why.
I think with Exorcist, there's like I think what they did in that movie was so like new and never shown in a movie before, like for the time. Because that was like what year was that? 70s?
73.
Yeah, I mean that was 50 years ago. I think that was more of a shock. What the hell is this than anything, you know? And over time, it's just, I mean, you got movies like Terrifier out there now, which makes Exorcist look like nothing. So, I mean, yeah.
What's your thoughts on these Terrifier movies?
Oh, it's just too much. I saw the first one, and well, first off, there's no story.
No.
There's no story. It's purely
Gore.
for the gore factor. And of course, with each one, they're trying to make one up the one before it. I saw 10 minutes of the second one, and I'm not going to watch any more of that. And I'm not going to watch the third one. So they're not any good.
Those Terrifier movies aren't for me. I watched the first one, and there's creepy elements to it, like him sitting in the diner staring at the girls. But when he starts turning them upside down and sawing them in half, it's just a movie made by somebody that hates women. That's what it comes across as to me. And of course, you've got fans out there talking about, oh, it's got story. And like they're defending them killing kids in part 3. Oh, they kill kids in other movies. Yeah, they do. They do. And
that makes it better. Yeah, makes it okay.
They kill kids in other movies. Good for you. You know that. It doesn't mean the person's opinion is wrong for not liking a movie where kids get killed. So I'm not an Art the Clown guy. Not an Art the Clown guy.
See, I actually like Art the Clown as like a creepy character, but the movies are bad.
I agree. 100%. I agree.
He is extremely creepy, and which for a horror movie is great.
Yeah. If you put him in a Freddy, if you put him in a Nightmare on Elm Street or a Jason type movie where it's just standard kills.
Yeah.
Then yes,
like
I think
in the right setting, right budget, right story, it could be like a really good character.
I mean, they found a niche for it. I mean, it made $20-something million at the box office, you know.
That's insane to me.
Yeah.
What was the budget? Probably like 2 million, maybe. Not even that.
What's crazy is they had the property on the market for one of these big studios to buy, and nobody bought it. So I mean, them not buying it cost them a little bit of money. I mean, good for this guy who put out quality. You know, I say quality. Who put out a horror movie or a horror franchise now that, you know, has found an audience and people really are excited about. Like I said, not for me, but I mean, it's good for horror. That means we may get some more crazy characters out there that are. What we're going to get is 50 bad Art the Clown type movies is what we're going to get, where people putting another, you know, straight to video is what we used to call them. I guess now you can call it straight to streaming.
Straight to streaming. Man, have you just gone on the streaming services and just looked for, because this time of year, I watch so many horror movies, and I'm always looking for new ones that I've never seen. Dude, there's some some bad stuff out there.
Nick Push did a video maybe a couple of years ago now where all he did was go onto the streaming services and look at the names of movies that were out there, horror movies. It was a pretty good video. We may have to steal that idea where we just go on the streaming site and try to guess what those horror movies are about. What do you think? The streaming services have more, you think they have more horror movies out there or more like shitty action movies that, like Gone in 60 Seconds or Fast and Furious ripoffs?
There's probably about the same. I know that because I'm looking for it more, I see a lot more bad horror movie things. That's what I'm usually looking for when I'm like bored and I'm going to watch a movie.
We're going to have to do this more, Boz, where we just come on and we call it Talking Horror. We're going to have to pick a topic. I say we even go like around the horn or, around the horn style, around the horror, and get 4 people on here to talk.
Around the horror.
That's and talk different, one big horror movie topic a week or a month or something like that, and see what people, think about things. Anyway, we've hit our time limit. You've got to go. I've got to go. It's October. What new horror movie have you watched this month? Because I don't know if I'll talk to you again on camera. What new horror movie have you watched this month that you were most impressed with?
In Fear. I watched it on Prime. I think it was Prime. I get them all mixed up. But no. There's only like 3 actors in the whole thing. 2 of the people, the whole, like 80% of the movie takes place in a car. And they realize they're in a maze and they can't get out of this maze in like an Irish countryside. Really good. Good little twist at the end too.
I may actually throw this up tomorrow, Boz. Is it cheating if I put this on day 24 instead of a review? Or does it have to be a movie review? Because you always call this the greatest time of the year.
It is the greatest time of the year.
Like the
I just gave a review though, technically. Well, I gotta give a score. In Fear, I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10.
Love it. So now the review is for In Fear by Boz. But now people are going to say, see, there's always an asterisk, and I can't deal with that. They're going to say, you were supposed to do An Evil Lurks. You had that on the calendar when Evil Lurks.
There's going to be somebody that's way disappointed if that movie's not reviewed. You watch.
Dude, look, I know you got a family. And I've got a family, and I know how busy it is with my family, and you've got double the size of my family, but we've got to make time to get you on here because I love talking horror movies with you. I do. I'm so glad you popped on for the joy.
I like Around the Horror. We got to do that. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, once a week, maybe.
Yes, I like it.
I will just talk about maybe a new horror. Like I said, I watch horror movies all the time. The latest movie I've seen, or the latest news on Twitter, or something like that. I'm
so excited about this Friday 13th marathon that I'm going to try to pull off.
That sounds insane to me.
I'm so excited.
I love how pumped you're about it. How pumped you are about it.
I told my wife I'm taking off December 13th. I'm taking off. We're going to go on Rumble and X because YouTube will kick us off. I'm going to try to find some way to do it on YouTube as well where it's not showing and you just see me watching the movie. But I love the idea.
Like a live stream? You're doing this like
live?
Like 12 hours?
Yeah, I'm going to go as long as my wife will allow me.
7 a.m. to, as long as she lets you.
As long as she lets me.
That is insane.
I love the idea of trying to see how far I can get. I'm even toying with the idea of starting at midnight on Friday the 13th and just rolling right through there. I may can get through all of them at that point. But,
Wow, that would be wild.
We do the same old stuff over and over. I just want to try one thing. I'd love to do it with the Halloween movies, but I'm always working on Halloween. I would love to try to do a Halloween marathon and let it and
you'll always be working on Halloween.
I will. Well, maybe not much longer. All right, man. Good talk. Good to see you.
Spoiler alert. All right.